my name's also Jesus, and I'm an oil painter since 2023. Today we will talk about greatest American Impressionist painter, of course, John Singer Sargent. For those who don't know really anything about John Singer Sargent, John Singer Sargent, born in Florence, Italy in 1856. Then he studied under Carlos Duran atelier. Also, Carlos Duran, most famous portrait painter, oil painter, his own era, and for sure, John Singer Sargent became most impeccable and most successful pupil of Carlos Duran. Also, Carlos Duran studied Diego Velázquez, a lot of Diego Velázquez arts, and then John Singer Sargent studied also Diego Velázquez art style, pictures, etc. Then John Singer Sargent became most famous portrait painter between like realism and impressionism portrait painter. He often studied Florence, Boston, then he did go France, Paris Salon in 1884. For those who don't know, John Singer Sargent's most impressive work about woman portrait called as Madame X. And then French people, of course, French people actually don't like him, John Singer Sargent, don't like Madame X painting, cause French avant-gardes thinking why Madame X dress shoulder stripped down by John Singer Sargent, and their French avant-gardes took this seriously in those era, and John Singer Sargent really want to go from Paris to England. And when John Singer Sargent came England, he knows painters like he meet with painters like Sir Frederick Leighton, of course, and his lifetime John Singer Sargent got close friendship with Italian Impressionist painter called as Antonio Mancini, then American Impressionist painter like William Merritt Chase, and of course Claude Monet. Claude Monet and John Singer Sargent got close friendship in his own era. Then if we look at this picture done by John Singer Sargent, and this portrait name is Violet, also called as like Vernon Lee's portrait. Vernon Lee was English woman author in her own era, and then John Singer Sargent and Vernon Lee become friends their own era, and its picture cost John Singer Sargent only 2 hours in one section. John Singer Sargent really used in this picture a prima coalesce, you know that style, like maybe alla prima, and I really like it because these brushworks, like a little bit we'll see in this era a little bit indigo blue, maybe Prussian blue, I don't know exactly. Then this era John Singer Sargent brushed in this era with maybe raw sienna or a little bit yellow ochre, if I'm not mistaken. Then as I say, John Singer Sargent did this painting only 2 hours in one section, one sitting, with alla prima style. And really I like this picture because Vernon Lee's glasses looks like impressionist style. If you look carefully in this era, John Singer Sargent not really painted these glasses in reality. And then if you guys want to reach this ice color, you need to use just 2 colors like yellow ochre and ultramarine blue. If you mix up together this ultramarine blue color and yellow ochre color, you'll reach this eye color. Try this at home. If you have some suspicions on this topic. Then we'll see in this era John Singer Sargent used a little bit raw amber. Of course have greenish nature in like a little bit olive greens, maybe looks like olive greens. Then we see some in this era, on nose era, John Singer Sargent used a little bit burnt sienna and lead white, of course. Then his brushworks also impressive. I think he got that speed, and he reached that speed studied with Diego Velázquez style, and I really love it, this painter. If you like this painting, maybe you don't like this painting really, please comment below what you're thinking about Vernon Lee and John Singer Sargent, for sure. Then we look another John Singer Sargent. We will see another John Singer Sargent students works in Carlos Druan's atelier. Of course, we see what we see in this wooden panel. John Singer Sargent painted this portrait on wooden panel and use Venetian red or maybe some burnt sienna and cadmium red deep, I think. And of course I tried this at home, and I'll reach this base, burnt sienna base, in my wooden panel like John Singer Sargent. But John Singer Sargent of course used a little bit reddish brown earth color, and I only used in this wooden panel just burnt amber color. Also, you want to make painting like Caravaggio Tenebrist, also Tenebrist style like Giuseppe de Ribera, Philippe de Champagne, French painter, also Baroque painters in his era, and Caravaggio, etc. You need to use just brown base, and some people thinking oftenly actually in YouTube or internet, thinking Caravaggio used monochrome grisaille painting style, but this is not really. He did his own painting. Actually, Caravaggio used direct painting styles, but of course layer on layer styles. Direct paintings, but layer on layer styles, not actually alla prima technique. He worked with direct painting style, Caravaggio, his own era. And John Singer Sargent, if we closely look this painting portrait used in this eye sockets, maybe some vermilion, Chinese vermilion color or cadmium red light maybe, and it changed a little bit. It changed a little bit sometimes. Then he used colors like yellow ochre, raw umber. As I say, raw umber got his greenish nature, greenish under nature, actually. Then his painting style looks like a little bit Carlos Drawn impression under Velázquez impression, of course. It's my opinion, of course. Then his brushworks impeccable on this picture, on these paintings. His brushworks impeccable. Also, John Singer Sargent, I think this is not one section painting, maybe one section, but it seems a little bit a layer on layer style. As I say, layer on layer style cause maybe you don't know layer on layer style. If you use your own painting at home, layer on layer style, you'll reach some creativity, some patience, and some glory, I think. And this is in my opinion. Maybe John Singer Sargent used a prima. Maybe he used layer on layer style. I don't know really. We need to ask John Singer Sargent these questions, and I think it's good paintings. Of course, ears bravura works. John Singer Sargent, what we see those ears, like we see some bravura works, impastos, brushworks, impressionist brushwork. Of course, we got there, and I think this is good example for John Singer Sargent's impeccable style about oil painting and oil painting portraits, and this is good. And we got what we got there in this era. We'll see some yellow color. Maybe it's lemon yellow, but it seems like to me some cadmium yellow, I think it's my opinion. And we got there some Prussian blue effect maybe, but this is maybe ain't Prussian blue. Maybe John Singer Sargent mix up together titanium white and ivory black. Of course, ivory black seems like too much bluish dark black color. And Mars black, if you use Mars black, your own paintings, Mars black, too much reddish brown, reddish black. I think it seems like this, and I really like this. And maybe John Singer Sargent didn't used in this beard era bone black or lamp black. I think John Singer Sargent painted those beards, mustaches with I think some what we call that mix up together with viridian green hue and alizarin crimson. Of course, alizarin crimson, for those who don't know really about alizarin crimson got warm reddish color, and carmine, of course, cold reddish color. That's what we call that colors, and I really like that, like this picture, like this students work done by John Singer Sargent. Then we see here what we look here. This is John Singer Sargent's close friend in Italy. We know him as Antonio Mancini. Also great painter, and once John Singer Sargent talked about Antonio Mancini, he said, I think Antonio Mancini most impeccable, most successful, and most beautifully impressionist painter or era. John Singer Sargent said this about Antonio Mancini, and Antonio Mancini was really good impressionist painter. It seems like his works imitate some Rembrandt's painting styles. Maybe some his teacher, Antonio Mancini's teacher, also we know him as Domenico Morelli's style. Domenico Morelli also was good neoclassical painter, his own era. And this is it. I think John Singer Sargent took it seriously, and but John Singer Sargent painted this picture only 2 hours, again, like Vernon Lee's paintings. And I think this is a good example for how John Singer Sargent handled with brushes, colors, how he handled with time pressure and dark tension, light tension, highlights, and like these effects, etc. And I really liked this picture done by John Singer Sargent. Then we see here John Singer Sargent's photos, his own era, like he took some cigarettes, his right hand, and he got some club, etc. and I think his in my opinion, John Singer Sargent was most successful impressionist painter his own era also, and Antonio Mancini, of course, got that successful. And William Chase, Joaquin Sorolla also in Valencia, Spain, he got really his impression about Diego Velázquez also. And in this painting, John Singer Sargent painted his parent, his mom actually, and I think he did this painting too much loose style, cause actually we know John Singer Sargent as a realist painter between impressionism, but in this painting, John Singer Sargent not took seriously his mom portrait, and I think, in my opinion, John Singer Sargent used loose brushwork style in this painting, and of course this is not too much bad, cause this is dumb. This is impressionist style on this painting, John Singer Sargent, and I like that eye socket drawing, and not John Singer Sargent really modeled his mom eyes, not really draw that eyes how we see in reality, like Bouguereau, William Adolphe Bouguereau, or Lord Frederick Leighton, or Lawrence Alma Tadema. I also Lawrence Alma Tadema, most successful and glorious art career. He got glorious art career in his own era in England and Holland. I think this is good, but some areas too much loose, and John Singer Sargent used this painting too much loose brushwork style, so much what we see here in this area. He used some bravuras, some impastos, bold impastos, and I think this is not bad. As I say, this is not bad. Good colors actually good, like this bluish eye colors, maybe it seems like a little bit gray. It seems a little bit gray, and he used raw sienna, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, earth colors in this completely in this portrait, his mom portraits. I think this is not bad, as I say. Then John Singer Sargent's we see here John Singer Sargent's not finished painting about Capri. John Singer Sargent actually, for those who don't know, John Singer Sargent actually took lot of travel Spain, then USA, then Paris, as I say, Paris, and in Paris, John Singer Sargent, in France, John Singer Sargent met with Claude Monet, also French impressionist painter, and in this painting we see some areas, some earth yellows like raw sienna, maybe yellow ochre. Cause why I say raw sienna or yellow ochre, cause raw sienna and yellow ochre colors too much likeness between with their own chemicals, raw sienna and yellow ochre, too much likeness. And I think this brush works, as I say, good enough for John Singer Sargent, but not he really done this picture, and he used in these areas some bluish greens, of course, greens we got two green colors on oil paintings and watercolor paintings, like warm greens and cold greens like bluish greens, water greens, etc. And warm greens, for example, olive greens. If you mix up together, that's color called as lemon yellow and ivory black. You'll reach some impressive green colors. Actually, you really reach some. You'll reach some actually some olive greens and for sure cold greens, of course. And John Singer Sargent in these paintings I think he took seriously this, but not finished yet by John Singer Sargent. And I think John Singer Sargent in this painting not used alla prima style again, cause as I say once, if you use your own paintings alla prima style, you will not reach that high level painting style, cause painters like Peter Paul Rubens, Anthony van Dyck, Diego Velázquez, or Titian, you know him as Tiziano Vecellio. Titian actually not use his own high Renaissance era oftenly alla prima style, and some painters of course used alla prima style like Claude Monet, Edouard Manet, Pissarro, cause they're impressionist painters, of course. But John Singer Sargent between realism and impressionism, as I say. Then John Singer Sargent, I think, good enough for this painting. I really love that perspective games, mind games on this picture, on this painting. I really like this, and he used some earth colors on this section, on this area. Maybe he used a little bit raw sienna and burnt sienna, of course. And John Singer Sargent painting this layer on layer style, as we see here, layer on layer style, but not done, John Singer Sargent, not finished by John Singer Sargent. Then maybe we checked out this landscape done by John Singer Sargent. Of course, John Singer Sargent used a lot of brushworks this painting, and really he used some cobalt blues in here. Cobalt blues, not ain't ultramarine blue, cause ultramarine seems like some purplish blue, warm blue, but cobalt blue got his coldness, and not seems like purplish cobalt blue color. And John Singer Sargent painting this picture with colors with cobalt blue, titanium white or lead white, and he got some greens on here, some cold greens and warm greens, and he got some Napolitan yellow, and lead-tin yellow, and maybe some cadmium yellow colors, and got some gold ochres, of course, but I don't really like gold ochre color, cause it seems like a little bit dark color, gold ochre. But I usually use in my own works yellow ochre, good enough for portrait paintings and landscape paintings, and what you draw. I think it's good enough for painters. And we got some cobalt blues in here, of course, and John Singer Sargent painting this picture with impressionist styles, of course. And what we see in here in that skies, John Singer Sargent used lot of impastos here, actually, in clouds. These clouds, I think, good enough for John Singer Sargent. In my opinion, John Singer Sargent maybe used some lead-tin yellow and Napoli yellow in this areas, mixed together with titanium white and lead-tin yellow. My bad. And I think John Singer Sargent used some Diego Velázquez medium. You think what you're trying to say? I trying to say Diego Velázquez medium, coles calcite, calcium carbonate. Also, you wanna try this at home. I think you should try this at home. Velázquez medium. In Velázquez medium, we got some bodies or colors, and I think it's enough for impastos or bravura works. And I think John Singer Sargent took seriously this painting, and first of all, we'll see so much gold ochres, so much greens mixed up with some lead-tin yellows colors and titanium whites, but John Singer Sargent not really used titanium white or lead white, salt section in this salt form in this painting. Of course, he mixed up his whites with other colors. I think this is my opinion, and I think this is good example for John Singer Sargent's landscape paintings, how he handled colors, how he handled that's clouds. We closely, if you look closely in the sky, and that's clouds, that fancy clouds, John Singer Sargent not really used realist style like William Adolph Bouguereau, Alexander Cabanel styles, or Frederick Leighton styles, but this is a good example for Impressionism, actually. Then we'll see another John Singer Sargent portrait in here. John Singer Sargent done this picture. This guy name is Hu Lane. Also, I think rich people, his own era, I think. And John Singer Sargent in this painting used some Baroque painting style, of course, black backgrounds. We see in this area some Van Dyke brown color, a little bit raw amber color, a little bit, and it seems like John Singer Sargent used this painting style of Giuseppe de Ribera or Caravaggio impression. I think this is my opinion. And what we say about this painting, John Singer Sargent, good example for John Singer Sargent portrait paintings, cause actually I think John Singer Sargent again once what I say, John Singer Sargent not really used alla prima technique on this painting. I think he used layer on layer painting style, and John Singer Sargent mostly used gray base colors, his own paintings like this. This is my work in progress painting, and in this section, in this painting, I used gray acrylic color base. And if you want to study with white, titanium white or lead white, this is my advice for beginners. Please don't use any white canvas or any white wooden panel base, cause you can't reach if you use your own works white color base. You don't reach that mid-tones. Your eyes or my eyes really don't understand high values, highlights or mid-tones in white color base. I think this is my opinion. And once Solomon J. Solomon wrote about why you don't need to use white color base on your own paintings, cause you can't really see what you got your portrait or your landscape, cause you can't reach your actually your high values, highlights, and midtones, of course. And in this painting, as I say, John Singer Sargent done this good, finished good. That hands looking good. That hand looking good, and that scar also looking impeccable, looking good, magnificent, and face also looking masterful. John Singer Sargent peak styles, I think, peak style, high level. John Singer Sargent was high level painting style, his own era. No matter what he really painting, maybe landscape, maybe he did painted landscape, maybe he did painted fancy portraits. Of course, some people really don't like him. For example, Otto Nerdrum don't like John Singer Sargent. Don't like John Singer Sargent and his picture, cause Otto Nerdrum thinking art must be not fancy portraits or fancy landscape. I think this is of course Otto Nerdrum's opinion. And in this painting, John Singer Sargent beautifully what we see in this painting, we see John Singer's we see John Singer Sargent took it seriously on this picture, on this painting. And first of all, at the beginning, John Singer Sargent think I'll read I got those information, John Singer Sargent's books. I read a lot of I did read a lot of John Singer Sargent books in my lifetime. And I think John Singer Sargent at the beginning on this picture just he wanted just painting landscape. Then some voices some voices says his own add, maybe you add some person on this picture. And John Singer Sargent think it maybe I should add some people on this painting. And then later he painted this man on this picture. This man of course looks like priest, pastor. And John Singer Sargent really good painter, no matter how he painted, what color he uses. And those skies, of course, John Singer Sargent used ultramarine blue, cause once, as I say, ultramarine blue, warm blue, ultramarine blue, or French ultramarine blue, but cobalt blue color, some got some cold luminous lightest under nature. And John Singer Sargent painted this picture in if I remember correctly, John Singer Sargent painted this picture in 19 19 19 1915, if I remember correctly. And I like this blues here. Looks like a little bit indigo blue and Prussian blue. I think this is my opinion. And these doors painted good style by John Singer Sargent also. And we see some graffiti tracking here. What we see here in these areas, some perspective study done by John Singer Sargent. And as I say, I think John Singer Sargent was good painter. His own era, I think he's not only good, he's magnificent, greatest, impressive painter. His own era. And John Singer Sargent living our hearts today. And I hope you like this video. I hope you like this channel. If you like this video, please subscribe this channel. Please comment below what you think about John Singer Sargent and other impressionist painters, and maybe some classical painters like Titian, Velázquez, Caravaggio, Giuseppe de Ribera, William Adolphe Bouguereau, Alexander Cabanel, Antonio Mancini, etc. I hope you like this video. Till we met next video, please be care yourself, be patient, please draw what you want. I hope we will see later. Bye.